How did you end up landing the jobs at both? Like did they know you were in talks with both the whole time? That's just it's kind of unprecedented. Like there weren't announcers calling games for TNT and ESPN, so to have a play-by-play voice for both is unique.
Yeah, it might. I think it might not be as, uncommon in the future, although we'll see how my situation goes and they may go, okay, we're never doing this again. But I feel awfully fortunate. I signed a 1 year deal a year ago with ESPN, knowing that free agency period for announcers would be coming in spring of 25, and just was just if things worked out with ESPN, it'd be great. But if not, I would be, excited about any of the partners. My whole thing was if I can get one, I'll be happy. ESPN was great. I mean, they, along with Turner, helped put a stamp on me as, hey, this is one of the next guys. Turner first with getting me an NBA TV. I had a TNT game a few years ago, and then ESPN actually giving me a contract last year. Awfully appreciative. ESPN has a reduced number of games, and they have a terrific roster of their top four announcers already with the great Mike Breen and Mark Jones, Ryan Rucco, and Dave Pash. And so with them getting a reduced number of games, you know, I wouldn't have a ton of opportunities there. And so yeah, I was, talked to Prime, had amazing conversations. Then later talked to NBC. Those conversations were amazing, and they lean into the nostalgia with that conversation, and which was great. And so I was in the for me, it felt unenviable position of I really love the people on both sides, and excited about the opportunity to choose one, but having to tell someone no, like that didn't feel great. And so you do your whole negotiating thing and try to best offer, all that type of stuff. And I just remember my agent giving me a call after a few months and said, "You're not going to believe this." And anytime your agent is telling you you're not going to believe this, you probably should sit down. And so I just think it's the nature of it just worked out because of the nature of how this schedule is going to work out. And the fact that NBC Peacock games are at the beginning of the week and Amazon games are at the end of the week. If it was a partnership of ESPN and Prime or ESPN and NBC, it might not have worked because ESPN games are on Wednesday. And, if I have a Tuesday game and then go to do it, probably wouldn't work. But the fact that there's space in between, both sides had a conversation and said, let's just let them do both. And so, incredibly appreciative of that. I didn't have to tell someone no. And as someone who grew up with a deep passion of this game and loving this game and being trying to learn as much as I can. And continue to learn as much as I can about this game and trying to share that passion and constantly thinking about the young, the 10-year-old, the 8-year-old who just loves the game and adores these players and like that's who I think about when I call a basketball game. That's the stuff that just makes me, pinch myself and just be feeling very fortunate to be a part of this um, NBA family. And again, and that's again while I'm in that space of I knew I could do this, but oh my God, both like no, it's again, it still hasn't quite sunk in. Once we get a few weeks into the season, and we start rolling, moving. I'll be locked in game mode, but it'll start to feel a little bit more real once the games start rolling.